The starship was waiting. Qui-Gon Jinn stood at the ramp, hand extended, eyes kind. Freedom, training, a life among the stars, everything Anakin Skywalker had ever dreamed of. But his mother's hand was still warm in his. "I can't go," Anakin said. Qui-Gon blinked. "Anakin, this is your destiny." "No." The boy's voice cracked, but his eyes burned. "My destiny is here. My mom is still a slave. So is Kitster. So is everyone I know. If I leave, who's going to free them?" Shmi Skywalker squeezed her son's hand, tears streaming down her face. She wanted to tell him to go. She wanted to beg him to take this chance, but she couldn't speak. Qui-Gon knelt down, his face grave. "Anakin, you have a gift. The Jedi can teach you to control it, to use it for good. Then I'll use it here." 10 years changed everything. Anakin Skywalker was no longer a child. At 19, he moved through Mos Espa like a shadow, silent, deliberate, dangerous. The Force had become his weapon. He didn't need a lightsaber. He had instinct, speed, and rage. And he had a mission. It started small, a broken restraining bolt here, a sabotaged slave tracker there. Anakin freed one slave, then two, then dozens. Word spread through the underground, whispers in the cantinas, hope in the slave quarters. The sandstorm, they called him. But hope wasn't enough. Tatooine was controlled by the Hutts, and the Hutts didn't forgive. When Jabba's enforcers discovered a safe house in the Dune Sea, they slaughtered everyone inside. Men, women, children, no mercy. Anakin found the bodies at dawn. He stood there, fists clenched, tears burning in his eyes. His mother's voice echoed in his mind. "You can't save everyone, Ani." But he had to try. That night, Anakin did something he'd never done before. He called a meeting. Not just freed slaves, not just sympathizers, everyone. Farmers who hated the Hutt's taxes, mechanics tired of working for crime lords, moisture farmers who'd lost family to Tusken raids, raids the Hutts allowed because chaos kept people weak. They gathered in secret, deep in the Junland wastes, over 200 souls, all desperate, all angry. Anakin stood before them, his voice steady. "We've been divided too long. Slaves, free men, settlers. The Hutts want us that way, weak, alone. But if we unite, if we fight together, we can take back this planet." Silence. Then, one by one, they nodded. But in the shadows, unseen, a Hutt spy recorded everything, and far away on Coruscant, a Sith Lord smiled. Palpatine had found his new apprentice. Palpatine read the report twice. A young man on Tatooine, Force-sensitive, charismatic, leading a slave uprising against the Hutts. No Jedi training, no Republic ties, just raw power and anger. The Chancellor smiled. He remembered Qui-Gon Jinn's report years ago, the boy from Tatooine, the one the Council rejected. Palpatine had assumed the child was lost, wasted potential. But now Anakin Skywalker was exactly where Palpatine needed him. The Supreme Chancellor summoned his most trusted aide. "Send a diplomatic envoy to Tatooine. Unofficial, discreet. I want to meet this revolutionary." 2 weeks later, a sleek Republic shuttle landed in the Dune Sea. No soldiers, no Jedi, just one man, cloaked and hooded, carrying a message. Anakin met him at gunpoint. "I'm here on behalf of Chancellor Palpatine," the envoy said, calmly. "He wants to help you." "The Republic doesn't care about Tatooine," Anakin spat. "We've been slaves for generations. Where was Coruscant then?" "You're right." The envoy's voice was smooth, practiced. "The Senate has failed you, but the Chancellor, he sees what others don't. He sees your strength, your vision, and he believes you deserve a voice." Anakin lowered his blaster, suspicious. "What does he want?" "To give you power." The envoy handed him a holoprojector. Palpatine's image flickered to life, warm and grandfatherly. "Anakin Skywalker," the Chancellor said, "I have watched your struggle from afar. You fight for freedom, for justice. The Republic needs leaders like you. I am prepared to offer you something no one else can." Anakin's jaw tightened. What? A Senate seat. Represent Tatooine, speak for the voiceless, change the galaxy from within. Anakin stared at the hologram, his heart pounding, and in that moment, Palpatine's trap closed around him. The Senate chamber fell silent. Senator Anakin Skywalker stood at the podium, young, defiant, and furious. Around him, 1,000 senators watched, some curious, some amused, most dismissive. A slave from Tatooine, they whispered. What could he possibly know about politics? Anakin gripped the edges of the podium. His voice rang out, clear and sharp. I was born a slave. My mother died a slave. I watched friends suffer, starve, and disappear into the spice mines. And the Republic? You did nothing. Murmurs rippled through the chamber. Senator Orn Free Taa shifted uncomfortably. The Trade Federation delegation glared. Anakin didn't stop. Slavery is illegal in the Republic, but only in the core worlds. Out in the Rim, we don't matter. The Hutts control entire systems, and you let them. Corporations exploit workers, and you profit. This isn't a republic, it's a lie. Chaos erupted. Senators shouted, some in agreement, most in outrage. Bail Organa leaned forward, intrigued. Padmé Amidala watched, her heart pounding. Anakin raised his hand, and the chamber quieted. I'm proposing the Outer Rim Protection Act, full Republic enforcement in every system, corporate accountability, an end to slavery, everywhere. The Trade Federation senator shot to his feet. This is absurd. The cost alone would be nothing compared to what you've stolen. The Senate exploded. Palpatine sat in his chancellor's chair, barely suppressing a smile. Perfect. Anakin was doing exactly what he'd hoped, dividing the Senate, radicalizing the disillusioned, creating enemies on all sides. That night, Padmé Amidala found Anakin alone in the Senate gardens. That was incredibly brave, she said softly, and incredibly dangerous. Anakin turned, his eyes burning. Someone has to fight. She stepped closer. Then let me fight with you. And in the shadows, Count Dooku began his recruitment. They tried to keep it secret. Late-night meetings in Padmé's apartment, stolen moments between Senate sessions, quiet dinners away from prying eyes. But secrets don't last in Coruscant. Within months, the HoloNet erupted. Senator Amidala and Senator Skywalker, romance or political strategy. Padmé didn't care. She'd spent years playing politics, hiding her true feelings. But Anakin was different. He was fearless, passionate, and unafraid to fight for what was right. She loved him for it. Anakin felt the same way. For the first time since leaving Tatooine, he wasn't alone. Padmé understood him, believed in him. Together, they were unstoppable. Their reforms gained traction. The Outer Rim Protection Act passed its first vote. Corporations were forced to pay reparations. Slave enforcement increased. The galaxy was changing. But power always demands a price. The Trade Federation, the banking clan, and a dozen other corporate interests united against them. Smear campaigns flooded the HoloNet. Skywalker is a radical. Amidala is a traitor. Senators who once supported them turned silent or hostile. Then came the first attempt. A speeder bomb planted outside Padmé's apartment. Anakin sensed it through the Force, pulled her away just before it detonated. They survived, barely. That night, Anakin held her close, trembling with rage. They tried to kill you. They'll try again, Padmé whispered. We knew this wouldn't be easy. I won't let them hurt you. His voice was cold, dangerous. I'll do whatever it takes. Padmé looked into his eyes and saw something that frightened her. Not love, not determination, desperation. The next morning, Chancellor Palpatine summoned Anakin to his office. My boy, Palpatine said softly, I fear your enemies are more powerful than you realize. If you truly wish to protect Senator Amidala, you'll need more than speeches. Anakin leaned forward. What do I need? Palpatine smiled. The Clone Wars began with fire. Separatist fleets hit a dozen Outer Rim worlds simultaneously. Ryloth,
Christophsis, Tatooine. Anakin watched the reports in horror as his homeworld burned. The rebellion he'd started, the freedom he'd fought for, all of it consumed by battle droids. The Supreme Chancellor addressed the Senate, his voice grave. "We face an existential threat. The Separatists will not negotiate. They will not stop. I ask for emergency powers to end this war swiftly and decisively."
The Senate erupted in debate. Padmé stood, her voice firm. Emergency powers are temporary in name only. History shows us, once granted, they are never surrendered. Bail Organa agreed. We must defend the Republic, but not by becoming tyrants. Anakin sat silent, torn. That night, he confronted Palpatine in private. "You're asking me to support dictatorship." "I'm asking you to be practical," Palpatine replied. "Democracy is slow, bureaucratic. While the Senate debates, people die. Your people. Padmé could be next." Anakin's fists clenched. "There has to be another way." "There isn't." Palpatine's voice softened. "You've seen it yourself. The Senate is corrupt, weak. If you truly want to save the Republic, you must be willing to make hard choices." Anakin left, his mind spinning. The next day, the Senate voted. Emergency powers granted. Padmé found Anakin afterwards, her face pale. "You voted for it." "I had to." "No, you didn't." Her voice broke. "Anakin, this is how tyranny begins, not with armies, with fear, with good people making exceptions. I'm trying to save lives. By giving unlimited power to one man?" Tears streamed down her face. "What happened to you?" Before Anakin could answer, alarms blared. A separatist fleet had entered Coruscant's orbit, and leading them was a Jedi. Count Dooku had come for Anakin Skywalker personally. The duel lasted seconds. Dooku's crimson blade ignited. Anakin, untrained but powerful, reached out with the Force. The Senate chamber's stone pillars cracked, guards flew backward. Raw power, uncontrolled and furious. Dooku didn't attack, he smiled. "Impressive. You have no training, yet you wield the Force like a weapon." "Get out of my city," Anakin snarled. "I'm not here to fight you, Anakin. I'm here to save you." "From what?" "From him." Dooku pointed toward Palpatine's office. "Chancellor Palpatine is Darth Sidious. He is a Sith Lord. This war, your rise to power, every move you've made, he orchestrated all of it." Anakin froze. "You're lying." "Am I?" Dooku deactivated his lightsaber. "Ask yourself, who benefits from chaos? Who gains power every time the Senate surrenders its authority? Who whispered in your ear when you were desperate?" Anakin's mind raced. Every conversation, every suggestion, every moment Palpatine had been there, guiding him. No. He planned to turn you into his apprentice, a Sith enforcer, but you're stronger than he anticipated. Dooku stepped closer. "Join me. Together we can stop him, free the galaxy from both the Sith and the corrupt Republic." Anakin's hand trembled. Rage, betrayal, confusion, then clarity. "I'm not joining you." Anakin's voice was ice. "And I'm not staying with him." Dooku blinked, surprised. "Then what will you do?" "What I should have done from the beginning." Anakin turned toward the Senate. "I'll tear down both your armies." Before Dooku could respond, Anakin reached out through the Force and broadcast a message across every HoloNet channel in the galaxy. "My name is Anakin Skywalker. I was used, manipulated, lied to, but no more. Palpatine is a Sith. Dooku is his pawn, and I'm going to stop them both." The galaxy held its breath. The galaxy fractured overnight. Anakin's message reached every corner of known space. Coruscant erupted in protests. Separatist worlds questioned Dooku's leadership. The Jedi Order, silent for too long, finally acted.
Master Windu led a strike team to arrest Palpatine, but the Chancellor was ready. Red lightning filled the Senate office. Jedi fell. Windu barely escaped. Palpatine declared the Jedi traitors and himself Emperor. Order 66 never happened. The clones, confused by Anakin's revelation, hesitated. Some obeyed, some refused. The Republic splintered. Anakin didn't wait for the dust to settle. He fled Coruscant with Padmé, Bail Organa, and a handful of loyalists. Their destination? Tatooine. The desert world had changed. Anakin's rebellion years ago had weakened the Hutts. Now he returned to finish what he started. Standing before thousands in Mos Eisley, Anakin spoke. "I was born a slave. I fought for freedom. I believed the Republic could change. I was wrong." His voice carried across the sand. "But I won't give up. Not on you, not on this galaxy. Palpatine wants an empire. Dooku wants chaos. I want something different." "What?" someone shouted. "A real republic, one that protects everyone, not just the core, not just the wealthy, everyone." Cheers erupted. Former slaves, farmers, pilots, soldiers who deserted both armies. They rallied to him. Within weeks, Anakin's coalition controlled a dozen Outer Rim systems. No Sith, no corruption, just people fighting for a better future. Padmé stood beside him, her hand in his. "You're starting a revolution." "I already did," Anakin smiled. "This time, I'm finishing it." Far away, on Coruscant, Emperor Palpatine stared at a hologram of Anakin Skywalker. "The Chosen One refuses to fall. Very well. If I cannot turn him, I will destroy him." The Sith Lord ignited his lightsaber. The final battle had begun.
The war escalated beyond anything the galaxy had seen. 3 armies, 3 ideologies, 1 galaxy torn apart. Palpatine's empire controlled the core worlds, wielding clone troopers, star destroyers, and the full industrial might of Coruscant. His propaganda machine painted Anakin as a terrorist, a false prophet leading the innocent to slaughter. Count Dooku's separatists held the mid-rim, their droid armies vast but weakening. Without Sidious pulling the strings, the corporate backers grew nervous. Dooku needed a victory or a new strategy. And Anakin's free coalition? They held the Outer Rim, the forgotten worlds, the slave systems, the places the Republic never cared about. Their fleet was small, their soldiers were volunteers, but they had something the others didn't. They had hope. The Battle of Ryloth became the turning point. Palpatine sent an entire Imperial battle group to crush the Twi'lek resistance. 6 Star Destroyers, thousands of stormtroopers, orders to burn the planet if necessary. Anakin's coalition fleet arrived first. Outnumbered 3-1, his commanders urged retreat, but Anakin refused. "We lose Ryloth, we lose everything. Every world watching will think we can't protect them." "Then what do we do?" Bail Organa asked. Anakin closed his eyes, reaching out through the Force. He felt the Imperial fleet, felt the fear of their crews, the doubt of conscripted soldiers forced to fight for a tyrant. "We give them a choice," he broadcast on all Imperial frequencies. "Soldiers of the Empire, you don't have to fight this battle. Palpatine doesn't care about you. You're not defending freedom, you're enforcing slavery." His voice was calm, powerful. "Put down your weapons, join us, or just walk away." Silence. Then, 1 Star Destroyer powered down its weapons, then another. Within minutes, half the Imperial fleet had mutinied. Anakin's forces swept in, capturing ships without firing a shot. Ryloth was saved. The galaxy watched in awe. But victory came with a price. That night, Anakin collapsed in his quarters, exhausted. Padmé found him shaking, his hands trembling. "Annie, what's wrong?" "I felt it," he whispered. "The dark side. When I reached out to those soldiers, I wanted to make them obey. I wanted to crush their will. It would have been so easy." Padmé knelt beside him, taking his hands. "But you didn't." "I wanted to." "Wanting and doing are different." She held him close.
You're not Palpatine. You're not Dooku. You're Anakin Skywalker, the boy who chose love over power, the man who fights for people, not control." He buried his face in her shoulder. "What if I'm not strong enough?" "You are. I believe in you." Across the galaxy, on the ancient Jedi world of Tython, Master Yoda meditated in silence. Around him, the surviving Jedi Council gathered. Mace Windu scarred and angry, Obi-Wan Kenobi troubled and uncertain, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Plo Koon, all that remained. "A decision we must make," Yoda said quietly. "Anakin Skywalker, untrained, powerful, dangerous, our enemy or our ally?" Mace Windu's jaw tightened. "He wields the Force without training. He's reckless, emotional, everything we warned against." "And yet," Obi-Wan countered, "he fights the Sith. He protects the innocent. Perhaps we were wrong about him." The council fell silent. Finally, Yoda opened his eyes. "Find him we must. Train him or stop him. Before too late it is." The Jedi had made their choice, and Anakin Skywalker's greatest test was about to begin.